is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? I am here with everyone's favorite 50-plus-year-old wannabe drift dad, Mr. Mike Bush himself.
How y'all doing?
Today, we are going ahead and showing the FRS a little bit of love because it has been just so neglected ever since we started the LS3 swap on the S13. Peep some upcoming install videos that we'll have coming. Some Origin fenders, and a nice Adam LZ Grip Royal steering wheel. But for now, what we are doing today is installing some 5x114 rear hubs on the FRS. If I take you through a quick stroll of the garage, and before you hear Drift Dad complain about how many tires we have back here. You never complain?
I never complain.
Yeah, you do.
Except to you.
But if you look in the back of the garage, it is just filled with nothing but tires. These right here are, I think, just dead tires that I honestly should probably just throw away. More tires that I could get mounted, but then right there, that's nothing but FRS 5x100 spares. And in all honesty, if we switch to 5x114, then I can run all of the nice RPF ones that I have that were originally intended for the this blue car here.
Did you ever tell them about the dumbass attack you had?
No. I didn't.
I shouldn't say that, but you come by and look at this. Look at that. Wonder what happened there.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad. So this happened actually maybe 4 or 5 months ago. I was editing a video inside, and then all of a sudden I heard a loud crash, boom, whatever. That honestly made me think that someone wrecked their car into like the house or something. So I looked around, tried to figure out what it was, came out into the garage, and I saw that this stack of tires had fallen over, and because for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to keep those 5x114 hubs and rotors that I have stacked on top, they all came tumbling down and went straight onto the trunk of the BRZ. You can see it left a nice big dent on the top, and then a couple of fine little scratches. I told Drift Dad I'd find him another spare trunk that we could just throw on that's hopefully in the same color, but I haven't found one yet. So if you guys could help me out, and if you have one for sale, let me know. Because at the very least, I owe it to Drift Dad to get a new trunk for him.
Well, yeah.
But you do know a lot of other parents of their stupid sons that let stuff like that happen, they would be mad. But you're not.
I'm used to it. What do you say? After this car, beautiful car, and you all made all the modifications. Well, what's a trunk, right?
Yeah. You will notice that the BRZ still does not have an engine. It's sitting right over there, the one that it's at least what we think is a rod knocking. We still need to figure out what we're gonna do with the BRZ. No, we're not gonna be throwing that LS1 in the back into it because that's just a lot of custom work that would need to be done, a lot more money than what we wanna spend. I just feel bad because Drift Dad's BRZ's just been taking a beating. But at least the communal FRS that my dad and I guess, share now, even though he never drifts it, and I really want him to, is getting some well-needed attention.
Hold that camera long enough, you'll probably hear me scream.
Probably.
I'm gonna bust a knuckle. I just know it. I just know it.
So yeah, what Drift Dad is doing now, since we already have the calipers off, he is going ahead and taking off the hub assembly. Notice I don't have a parking brake because I did remove that in favor of that nameless hydro setup that I have.
Oh no!
And I'm really hoping right now that Drift Dad won't screw something up.
Oh no! Why is it slipping on there?
Did you strip it?
I didn't strip it. I mean, just the bolt. I guess it's hard to get this to seat now the end, so I need to make sure I get it seated better. So, sorry about that. It'll come off.
Okay, I got the 4 14mm bolts that hold the hub assembly out, uninstalled from the car. I would like to note that Drift Dad almost made this process 10 times more difficult.
You didn't tell me to watch out for that.
Yeah, well, you almost, let's see, which one is it? Yeah, this little one here. Yeah, look at that. We almost couldn't get it off because Mr. Drift Dad almost stripped it.
Hey, I just take after you, that's all.
But we can go ahead and take a 32mm impact to the axle nut. Almost. There we go. Oh, there were some rocks and stuff in there. Now we just got to do the other side. There we go. Good deal. Okay, this should just separate from the brake shield. There we go. Actually, this is like from the e-brake handle. You can see that's where the cable for it came in. But I don't have that anymore. One step that Drift Dad just noticed that we probably skipped was removing the speed sensor. Butts up against the inside of the CV axle. And if you were to manipulate it in any way and maybe put a little bit too much force on it, it could chip that that sensor, and then that'd be another, what, 110 bucks that we'd have to throw into this thing. Okay, so the driver's side is pretty much all tight and ready to go. Still need to put the rotor on it. The passenger side is getting there. But as I was underneath here, I realized that this axle here is just spewing out grease right up onto the subframe, right there, a little bit on the PBM lower control arm. Good thing I have a spare axle. This thing looks like it's just a matter of time before it lets go.
Can I put the speed sensor back in?
Yeah, go ahead and put that back in. Everything else going smooth out there? You're not causing any more problems?
I'm trying not to damage anything else.
Nothing's better than when you're working on a car and everything goes according to plan.
Yeah, like, when does that ever happen?
Well, it might be a first.
Seriously, doubt it.
Don't say that. So the torque spec on that axle nut, I believe somewhere in the hundreds of foot-pounds. We're just putting it on the highest setting on the impact, getting it to where the dimple on the top of the nut kind of rests in the little divot on the CV joint. So.
That's where it lined up before, so that should be good.
Okay. So I didn't mention, but the rotors and hubs themselves are off of a 2009, I think WRX. I'll make sure to mention it in the description. It's not coming to me off the top of my head. But I did pick up these hubs off of someone off of Facebook, and I've had them in my possession for the longest time. I just haven't gotten around to installing them. Actually, wait, now I remember. These rotors are still FRS rotors, but I took them to a machine shop and had them re-drill them to 5x114. Hence all of these little bolt holes here. But either way, it should line up and we should be good. There we go. Nice. Now we're just tightening up the brakes. You okay there? Making a couple little grimacing noises.
No, I was just trying to break wind, that's all.
Oh. But before we put the stock brake calipers on, I have some new pads courtesy of Hawk Performance that we're going to go ahead and throw on. These are their dynamic torque control racing disc brake pads. So I'm expecting an increased braking performance from these little suckers. There we go. Nice. Okay, old pads are out. We are going ahead and compressing the caliper just a little bit to compensate for the extra pad that we have on here, the extra thickness from it. Go ahead and remove the tool. We should be good to go.
Alrighty. That it?
Yep. Now we just gotta reinstall it. So we have everything back on the car. I threw a set of RPF ones on that were actually from the S14 that I dailied on, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. It's been so long since I've had a matching set of wheels on the car. It looks beautiful. The S14 though, on the other hand, with those 350Z 18x8 wheels on the rear, looks kind of goofy, but hey, that's a daily at the end of the day. This here is the race car. And before we lower her onto the ground, we got one more thing on today's agenda. That's to take off this NVIDIA N1 and throw on this stock exhaust with a track pipe on it. I know you might be thinking, why would I essentially go backwards with a mod on such a modified car? Well, it's mainly because the fact that there's a joint for the exhaust right in front of the diff. And because I jack the rear of the car up on the diff to swap out tires, this just gets in the way and I have to go in at a weird angle to lift it up. And to be honest, it's not that loud with this exhaust on. With this track pipe, it's gonna be just as loud as we want it. At least that I want it.
Compensating for something?
Maybe.
Theon?
Theon?
Theon.
What's that?
People on there will know.
Okay. Okay, I like it. What do you think?
Sounds farty.
Farty?
Farty.
But it's not a fart cannon, though.
Oh, well, kind of sounds like it.
Nah. But is it Drift Dad approved?
It's too loud.
No, it's not.
Anything's approved.
Really?
Yeah. Like it matters. Like it makes a difference.
See, now that we don't have that exhaust on anymore, getting in the way of our jack point, we can use the big boy jack to put her down. I will say though, I am kind of worried about how much this tire is going to push into the fender. I will probably have to enlist the help of a friend to get these fenders rolled. Let's go ahead and see.
What's the point? Just cut them off. You're all dented.
No, then that looks stupid. I mean, if we put the Rocket Bunny fenders on, then maybe. There we go. All right, go ahead and drop her.
Now, is it going to just like crush into the fenders?
No, I mean, it's gonna crush into the tire. If anything, it's not gonna hurt the fender when it goes down. There you go. Okay. All right, it's pokey a little bit more pokey than I was hoping for, but hey, I'd rather it poke more than be sunken in. Yeah, it's gonna rub, but it's not a biggie. Nothing a little bit of a baseball bat, a jack, raising it and lowering it to DIY fender roll yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy. Are you happy?
Do I have a choice?
Well, you can choose to be happy.
You always make me happy, so of
Oh,
course.
good. So in essence, this is kind of like a little bit of a spring cleaning, because I'm going to be able to get rid of all of these wheels.
Works for me. Works for me. Now, what about the rest of the stuff in there?
Yeah, I'm not selling all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, I mean, I got all these wheels that no longer gonna need. These got plenty of tread life left though, so I could probably sell these for a good chunk of change. But everything else, yeah, hasta la vista. Well, Drift Dad, thanks for your help. Your FRS is one step closer to what? I guess you not drifting it because you don't want to drift anymore?
I didn't say I wasn't going to drift anymore.
Well, you need to drift.
Huh?
You need to drift.
It's just night drifting, and it's just that when you guys go out at night, my bedtime's like 9 o'clock, and you guys are out till midnight.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. But either way, thanks for your help.
All
and
right.
Everyone, leave a comment for Drift Dad to come and go and drift.
Do I do this now?
No, you don't have to. I just wanted a high five.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so I haven't even made it down the street, and I've already realized that for some reason I'm getting the check engine like coming on sporadically. So I'm assuming it's like maybe a coil pack issue, or maybe it's just bad gas. I don't know. I was just about to put the GoPro on and maybe do a couple little street slides, but I think we will just play it safe and head back home. Back at the house, I realized something that maybe I should have before I went and drove it, which probably would have made me not want to drive it, but yeah, look at this. The fender is basically just sitting on the tire, and whenever I hit any types of bumps or whatever, it just pushes it right into the tire. We're gonna have to do a major fender pull on this thing. And I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck is up with the tune, which I'll go ahead and do tonight. Just hook it up to Ecutech and check engine light codes, and then we'll see. Cross your fingers that it's nothing major. If it's a simple fix, then we should be out drifting this thing relatively soon. I know you all miss the FRS. Like, I'm not gonna lie, one of the last Instagram stories that I posted asked if any of you would be interested in seeing this thing making a comeback in 2019. I received the most amount of responses I've ever received on Instagram through that story. So I think it's safe to say that this car will be making a decent comeback this year. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Enough of me talking. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.